When you think of the Arctic, polar bears are probably one of the first things that come to mind. Adult polar bears can live up to 30 years. Polar bears weigh between 150 to at least 600 kilograms. Newborn polar bears weigh just like a guinea pig. There are at least 26,000 polar bears in existence. Female polar bears can conceive at least 5 litter cubs in its lifetime. One of the less-known polar bear facts is that they are not white. Their appearance may suggest otherwise, but polar bears actually have colorless hair and hollow black skin. Their hollow fur reflects light, which traps the sun's heat, protecting them from the warmth and making the fur look white. While polar bears can withstand minus 50 degrees Celsius temperatures in the Arctic, they become prone to overheating during summers above 20 degrees Celsius. Polar bears have very thick fur, which makes them sensitive to even the slightest changes in weather. Polar bears may be seen lazing around in the snow, but they can run for at least 40 kilometers per hour. They are also called sea bears because they are excellent swimmers. They can swim at around 10 kilometers per hour. Given their habitat, this is one of the polar bear facts that just make perfect sense. Since polar bears mostly eat seals, they have a lot of stored fat. The polar bear's unique and special livers allow them to process all the vitamin A and fats that they get. These nutrients get stored in their blubber, which allows them to survive and endure the harsh cold. However, the large amount of vitamin A in their livers makes it unsafe for human consumption. As a result, indigenous peoples meticulously prepare polar bear meat, so no one could accidentally ingest their toxic livers. Polar bears spend most of their life hunting and looking for food. However, since not all hunts are successful, they try to hoard as much food as they can. When they kill prey and seals, they often hide it in snow and come back for it whenever they starve. Their fur prevents them from freezing, as provides their bodies with the right insulation to survive the Arctic cold. Polar bears keep their fur clean by rolling in the snow, as wet and dirty matted furs prevent them from getting the warmth that they need. Canada holds an annual event called Polar Bear Plunge to celebrate New Year's Day. In the US, it's usually held during winter to raise funds for charitable causes and organizations. In ecology, apex predators refer to species with no natural predators. Since polar bears don't have naturally occurring predators in the Arctic, they classify as apex predators. Aside from their 2 to 3 years of training with their mother polar bears, they mostly spend their lifetime in solitary. They mate only for a few days in a year, and they go on their own way. It's one of the sad polar bear facts you probably never expected. Most bear species hibernate towards the winter. However, polar bears are exempt from this as they spend winters hunting and gathering the abundance of prey during this season. When the snow hits really bad, polar bears lay low and take long naps in shallow pits, using snow piles as their blanket. Definitely one of the cuter polar bear facts. To keep water from their noses, polar bears can close their nostrils for protection. On average, polar bears can hold their breath for at least 2 minutes, which is more than enough to sneak up on seals. In warmer temperatures, polar bear fur can turn into a verdant hue. This change in color occurs due to algae growing in their fur, which turns it from the usual white into a pale, sickly green. A zoo in Winnipeg, Canada is known for having polar bears that have sparkly and glitter-like poop. Zookeepers feed the polar bears non-toxic glitter to monitor health issues, track hormones, and identify the polar bears with these problems. They have large paws that could reach up to 30 centimeters in diameter. Functionally, these paws have the same weight and material as snowshoes. With a single swipe, its prey could be killed due to the force of the impact.